Hi, friends. I'm so excited to keep talking about how Jesus' power pulls us through because today we're going to talk about something really cool. Jesus' power brings hope. And you know what can keep our eyes on hope? God sightings. This week, I kept an eye out for where God is working in the world and in my life. This week, I was out walking and I was wearing a mask. One of those masks that covers your nose and your mouth and hooks over your ears that people have been wearing to protect from coronavirus. I'm sure you've seen people wearing them, and maybe you've even worn one. Well, I was wearing one and I passed by a man who was also wearing a mask. We couldn't see each other's mouths, so we couldn't tell if the other one was smiling or not. But he gave me a big wave and I gave him a big wave back. And his kindness reminded me of God's love and that nothing can get in the way of God's love, not even a mask that shields us from germs. That's mine. I'd love for you to share your God sightings too. Wow, you shared some wonderful ways that you've seen God at work this week. Those things are all so exciting. But some people feel kind of angry or frustrated with the coronavirus situation right now. Some grown-ups are angry that they can't go to work to earn money to take care of their families. Some kids feel frustrated that they can't go to school and they can't play their sports and they can't even see their friends. Some people feel angry that we can't go to the church building right now. And if you've been home, cooped up in the house with just your family for a few weeks now, there might be a little bit of tension there sometimes. When we let our anger and our frustrations bother us, things can get a little bit messy. I have a question for you to talk about. What has made you feel angry, frustrated, or a little bit tense during the coronavirus situation? If you'd like to try my little experiment while you talk about it, you just put some baking soda in a cup. That represents the people. And then their frustrations and angers and tensions is represented by vinegar. I also added some washable paint so you could see mine better. Food coloring works too. But if you don't have those supplies or don't want to make a mess in your house, that's okay. You can just discuss what has made you feel angry, frustrated, tense, or just a little bit off during this time. When you're stuck or disappointed, it's easy to become frustrated or angry. And that's okay. You feel what you feel. But it's what you do when you're frustrated or angry that can really turn things around. At the end of the video, we're going to sing a song together that says, God gives me joy in every situation, keeps my spirits high no matter what I'm facing. That's what I want. But sometimes that's not how I feel. And I know I'm not alone. Let me tell you about some friends of Jesus named Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. You can find their true story in the Bible book of John, chapter 11. Lazarus got sick, and his sisters Mary and Martha knew that Jesus' power brings hope. So they hoped Jesus could heal him. They sent a messenger to find Jesus in a nearby city, and then they took care of Lazarus as they waited for Jesus to arrive. But day by day, Lazarus grew weaker, and Jesus didn't come. Mary and Martha could not understand why. Jesus loved Lazarus, and they knew Jesus could help. But where was he? I think they felt that... Wait, I'll show you. When I count to 3, I want you to take a deep breath and hold it. Then I'll let you know when it's okay to breathe again. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, you hold your breath while I keep telling the story. I think Mary and Martha were standing by the door, looking up the road, expecting that at any moment Jesus would appear and he'd make everything right again. But, wait, just a minute. Oh dear, breathe! Everybody breathe! I'm so sorry. My phone buzzed and I got distracted and I forgot all about you. I think that's what Mary and Martha thought about Jesus too. That he didn't care. That he got busy. He didn't have a phone, but he got busy with something and forgot them. Or he didn't even notice that Lazarus was dying. So while Mary and Martha were waiting for Jesus to come help, Lazarus died and was buried. How angry Mary and Martha must have felt. How hurt that their friend didn't come through for them. Make a tight fist, like this. Squeeze even tighter. Think about how angry you get when people are mean to you, or how angry you are when you feel stuck or forgotten or ignored. You can even use both fists if you want, if you feel really angry when you think about those things. Think about what you shared earlier when I asked what's made you feel angry. Dig your fingernails into your palms. Feel how tight your arm is. It's probably starting to hurt a little bit, isn't it? Keep holding it real tight while I finish the story. So back to Mary and Martha. Jesus finally showed up, and they were angry with him. They asked why he had waited so long to come. But Jesus didn't disappoint. Jesus went to where Lazarus was buried and had some men roll away the stone that was in front of his tomb. Then Jesus called out to Lazarus to rise from the dead. And that's just what Lazarus did. That's power, and that's hope. The Bible says that Jesus was not late at all. He waited on purpose because he wanted to do something even more amazing than just heal a sick Lazarus. He wanted to raise someone from the dead. When Mary and Martha saw that Jesus' power brings hope, even when it seems like it's too late, well, they let go of their anger and they found hope instead. So now, relax your fists and let your hands slowly open. That's how it feels when you let go of your anger. When you look for joy and hope in every situation. When you let God lift your spirits no matter what you're facing. I have a balloon here. And on it, it says hope. When our anger or frustrations bother us, it gets in the way of that hope. Maybe you know someone who's sick with coronavirus. Maybe they got better, but maybe they haven't. Maybe you've prayed that you can get back to living life like it was before coronavirus canceled everything in the world. Maybe you're angry because you had a baseball tournament or a soccer game and you missed it from coronavirus. Maybe there was a birthday party that you really wanted to go to, or even your own birthday, and it had to be canceled because of coronavirus. Maybe you're angry that you can't see your friends or you can't go to church or school. And you're wondering, where is Jesus? Maybe you're a little angry because it feels like he's too late to help you. And when you let that anger or frustration sit inside of you, your hope disappears. But when we let go of that anger, there's our hope. Jesus' power brings us hope. Remember this, Jesus wasn't late for Lazarus, and he's not late answering your prayers either. Jesus had a better plan when his friend Lazarus was sick. Jesus was in charge. He's still in charge. He still has a plan. Jesus' power brings hope. I have a few questions for you and your family to talk about. How did holding that fist remind you of how it feels to hold on to anger? And how can your family let go of that anger and find more of the hope that Jesus offers? Let's take a few minutes to see what happens when we focus on Jesus' hope. See this picture? It doesn't look like much, does it? There's 4 dots in the middle and 4 letters in the word hope. H-O-P-E. Hope. So I'm going to put it back on the screen. And I want you to focus on the 4 dots in the middle until I take the image down. Really stare hard at those dots and try to blink as little as possible. Hold your eyes open. When I take it down, I want you to real quick look at a blank wall. Okay, are you ready? Okay, now quick, look at a blank wall. What do you see? Keep looking at the wall. It might take a few seconds. Do you see him? Do you see Jesus? When we took the time to focus on the 4 dots, which remind us of the 4 letters in the word hope, we could see Jesus. When we take the time to look for him, we'll see Jesus all around us. How can we look for Jesus even when we're angry? Jesus' power brings hope. And when we focus on the hope that he can do something even greater than what it seems like he's too late for, we'll see him at work. Now, take a few minutes and each share what you're hoping for. What is it that you'll hope will happen? Tell each other, and then pray as a family for what each person said. You can pause me while you do that. When the video ends, you can draw things that you were hoping God would do for you that he has done. For instance, maybe you'd hoped that you could find some rolls of toilet paper, and you did. Or maybe you'd hoped you'd have enough food during a time when you couldn't go out and buy more, and you were okay. Or maybe you really wanted to see one of your friends, and you were able to FaceTime through your phone or computer, and you got to see your friend that way. Focusing on how God's hope has come through will remind you that Jesus' power brings hope. But first, everyone jump up on your feet. It's time to shake and shimmy some of those blues away as we join with some friends who have figured out what to do when they're facing hard times.
Woke up this morning feeling kinda blue, a little sad, but I know just what to do. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh. I have learned that I can go to Jesus. He lifts me up whenever I need it. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh. When I'm worried, when I'm feeling down, that's when God comes through, turns it all around. Yeah, he gives me joy in every situation, keeps my spirits high, no matter what I'm facing. Oh, 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 oh. I'm feeling better, God made all the difference. He's always here to listen. Oh, 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 oh. He is my source, the one who gives me life. He is my God and he's good all the time. Oh, 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 oh. When I'm worried, when I'm feeling down, that's when God comes through, turns it all around. Yeah, he gives me joy in every situation, keeps my spirits high, no matter what I'm facing. Oh, 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 oh. When I'm worried, when I'm feeling down, that's when God comes through and turns it all around. Yeah, he gives me joy in every situation, keeps my spirits high, no matter what.